It is the Riot Podcast. We're doing this Wednesday, July 13th. Howdy.
Happy National French Fry Day.
That's right.
Howdy.
It is a big part of the show today. Big part.
I think it was a welcome part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's totally great just to talk about French fries all morning. So there's lots of deals to be had. We'll cover some of that in the podcast today, but definitely go out and try to get your favorite fries today.
Yeah, we also talked about Hudson's night last night where he made his way to the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw yourself the new Thor movie.
I did.
And your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. It was not a top tier Marvel movie, but a good time. A good time was had.
Good for a Tuesday movie theater where there's a special going on?
Yeah. And if I paid full price for the tickets, I wouldn't be upset. It was not, there was no point where I thought, oh, I don't like this. It was just, it didn't hit the highs that some other Marvel movies usually hit.
In your experience in the movie theater, what all candies, treats did you get? Did you get an icy? Did you get an icy?
No icy. Just the popcorns.
Oh, is the popcorn free? I haven't been there on Tuesday. Okay, so that's
they'll give you as
free.
much popcorn as you want.
How many barrels did you go through?
just two.
Just two?
I had dinner beforehand.
Did you have the big one? I assume.
Well, no, because it's the free member one, so you have to.
It's a small one, but you go back.
Yeah, you can
go back and refill it.
They don't know that you already had one.
I forget the name of the movie theater company, but I saw it on TikTok, and then there was an article floating around where you can go and bring any size, like clear plastic tub, like a bin.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll fill it up for you as long as you're seeing a movie on like a Sunday.
Whoa.
And you have to, have a ticket, but you just go and whatever popcorn you want, they fill the entire tub up.
Wow.
That would have been like, how would you even have room to put that on your lap?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there like holding it like, oh my gosh.
A Rubbermaid thing.
Yes, that's exactly it. You'd have to bring in your own like smaller bucket to eat out of and then leave that at your feet.
Meanwhile, all the other people in the theater are super upset with you because you've gotten all the popcorn for yourself and there's none left over for them.
Did you sneak in any snacks? Like putting it in like your pocket?
No, I was good. Movie theaters is trying times for them. They've been through a lot. They're just trying to recoup their losses at
that
this
makes
point.
sense. That's why you just utilize the free popcorn night. He's like, I didn't want to bring in my own candy. I mean, I'm trying to support the movie theater.
Exactly.
But I did go on free popcorn night.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, they're offering on that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If I go in, I usually try to sneak in at least one like candy item.
Snack.
My go-to would definitely be Twizzlers. Like if I'm going to sneak something in, I'm going to put some Twizzlers in my pocket and try to eat those during the movie. But because if you try to buy it there, it's just so ridiculously
so much more expensive because they've got to recoup their losses.
Yeah.
Well, they make more money on the concessions than the movie stuff ever brings them in. So it just has to have such a high price, which is why they don't put pricing anymore on it.
But you would hope then that some of the concessions would have a little higher quality to them for the price you're paying, but that's not always the case. I will say the people beside me definitely did bring in drinks because they kept popping.
Drinks?
Yeah, the soda cans that are not the cans, the bottles, so you could hear them every time. Yep, And this is also the people that, I don't know if you heard Isaiah, I will spoil what one of the funniest things of the movie, which is not part of the movie. It was what the guy beside me said to his girlfriend or whatever. He leans over and he says, oh, look, she's gotten older and fatter.
To one of the characters
in the movie. Yeah.
So
as soon as she comes on screen, that was his comment.
Lady, you have a keeper there. He seems like a really good guy.
Seems like a sweetheart.
So perceptive.
He's sneaking food in and drinks in.
Yeah. Observant.
Everything you want in a man,
I see that lasting a long time for the relationship. Oh my gosh. Well, enjoy the podcast today. Of course, please text in if you've got a favorite fry for National Fry Day. If you also liked Thor or didn't like Thor, you're welcome to text in anytime and you might be a part of the podcast for the next day. So you just text 877 to RadioU.
And join us on the Radio U Facebook page or YouTube channel where as soon as you can, where we are not doing a French fry food fight, but we are trying a bunch of ice cream. And so that'll be fun for you.
I feel like we missed out on the fry thing. We really did. We should have done something.
You know what, though?
But that seems like a lot of work.
Too early for most places to have fries, so we'd have to make them ourselves.
We'd have to. No, we could have come, come back for dinner.
Circle back around for a little lunch show.
I'm sure we would have loved that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening to the podcast today.
And we will catch you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Check this out. Thor: Love and Thunder came out over the weekend.
Yeah.
Number one movie at the box office, of course, made a ton of money. And the reviews for it were kind of fair to Midland, would you say?
I think so. Not the worst, but not the best.
Well, now, as more reviews have come to light on Rotten Tomatoes, it has pushed Thor: Love and Thunder down. It is now one of the bottom 5 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies in on the Rotten Tomato meter.
So based on critic scores or everyday people scores?
Off of everyday people, or no, off of critic scores. I don't know if they, I would like to see a ranking of the everyday people scores, but I feel like they'd all be very similar.
How do they call that on Rotten Tomatoes? What's the...
They call it the audience.
The audience score, that's it.
Yeah, right. So the audience has Thor: Love and Thunder in at an 80% good. I don't know where that ranks, but I do know that the critics come in at still 67%, which it's always important to remember with Rotten Tomatoes. That means 2/3, basically. 2/3 of critics gave it a thumbs up versus a thumbs down. That means a third of critics are giving it a thumbs down, which is not great, but it still doesn't mean that it's a 6 out of 10 movie or a 7 out of 10. It just means 2/3 of people, critics at least liked it. Which is still worlds above the bottom Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, which is Eternals.
Eternals comes in at 47, and they say that basically Eternals, being the lowest, was the most... the harshest one everybody was towards.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even its audience score is also bad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that it's probably worse.
But they say that there was a heyday with Marvel movies with Black Panther and Avengers Endgame where they had such high scores. And then here comes Eternals.
Yeah.
And that knocked it down, and it's never been able to climb back up since before then.
Yeah, they just haven't nailed it in a way, the Marvel movies, for a while now. They just have not hit those heights that they used to get to, unless, well, I guess if you get Spider-Man, a lot of people thought that did nail it. I thought that was just okay, but...
You'd be a harsher critic.
I am a harsher critic, although I feel like I'm a little more forgiving with Thor: Love and Thunder, so I saw it last night.
Did you like it?
I did like it, so I would give it a thumbs up. I probably would put it around, if I was giving it an out of 10, it is probably a 6.5 or 7 out of 10, because... so, I mean, what was good about it? It's funny. It's another, I mean, if you liked a lot of what Ragnarok did, the last Thor movie, it has these, obviously, same director, Taika Waititi, and same writer and stuff. So,
same feel.
Yeah, it has that same feel to it. But it does have what should be a very emotional storyline, and it never feels that emotional. You know what I mean? It never, once you get to the end of the movie, you're like, well, I didn't feel a lot, even though... based off of what happens, you probably should. So I don't know if they just didn't have a good balance of the humor and the emotion, and so the humor took away maybe from some of the emotion, and you didn't take it seriously. I don't exactly know, but that's at least how I came away feeling about it. Let me think. Well, what else was? I'll tell you from the experience from the theater.
Yeah.
One, I haven't gone to the movies every single Tuesday or every weekend or anything throughout the summer, but this is the most crowded I'd seen it.
Oh, sure.
Since I've been.
Did you get popcorn?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Got the popcorn.
That's
of course
all we
I
care
did.
about. Where's the bag? Or we just didn't have any
it's
leftovers?
Long gone.
That's a shame.
But I'll tell you. So early on in the movie, I was sitting beside. It was a couple. And they were talking a lot. Well, it was mostly the guy. The gal was not saying a whole lot. The guy just kept having comments. And so there's one part early on in the movie. I didn't hear most of what he said for most of the movie, but he did go. He leans over. He goes, "Oh, look, it's that girl. She's older and fatter."
Oh no!
No.
You mean someone on the screen?
Yeah,
Like,
one of the characters. Characters.
Did you say shh? Did you shush him at all?
No, I didn't shush him. In fact, I had to feel bad because I couldn't believe he said that out loud, but also that was admittedly a thought I had in my head as well. I was like, oh man, she's gotten bigger since the last movie.
You're no different than him.
I know, but I kept it in. And then, you know what's even worse? Later on in the movie, Russell Crowe shows up.
Sure.
Almost unrecognizable. Like I was debating, is that Russell Crowe? Because I didn't know he was in the movie. And so he's also looks older and fatter. And what I don't know about him, and that was my first thought with him too. And then what I don't know about him is is he older? He was super old, like not too old looking, but he looks pudgier than he used to.
Sure.
Also very sweaty.
Oh.
I don't know if that was for the role, because it could have been. It was not easy to tell if that was supposed to be a part of the character, or if that's just what he looks like.
Maybe that's
that's just what the character looks like.
It could be how he acts right now.
Yeah, but overall, it was a good time. Definitely, I felt that sometimes you come away from movies and you're thinking, oh, I want to rewatch that because it was so good. I want to rewatch this because it was fun. But it doesn't mean it was a top-tier Marvel movie. It was all right. It was pretty good.
Sometimes middle, it's an okay movie. It's just fine.
It's something you could definitely flip on later and come back to at least. So that's a good sign.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Why aren't we just eating fries after the show?
Because
I
we
wouldn't
just do
mind
that every
fries.
day.
Yeah. We do that every day, but I would love some fries.
And we normally just have like one if we had a smorgasbord of French fries.
Can you say that again?
Smorgasbord.
That's pretty good. That's
You sound like
pretty close.
the Swedish chef.
Bark, bark.
Yeah.
Fry. I'll totally do that for today.
I'm always up for a fry smorgasbord, a cornucopia, if you will. Well, since it is National French Fry Day, why don't you guys think about what your favorite place to get French fries is?
Yeah.
You can text in if you'd like at 8772-RADIO-U if you have a good one. But I'll go through a list of some of the deals that you can get. See if that sparks your imagination of where you might like to go.
For the smorgasbord?
For the smorgasbord, yes. I like what Checkers and Rallies are doing. They've launched a petition. They say, and they want you to get in on this as well, that National French Fry Day should always fall on a Friday.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's going on
And like
here?
Friday.
Right. Yeah.
The word.
I get it.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. It didn't
Thank you.
seem like you got it.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You said, because it's like a Wednesday.
I know. And what's
just
the,
making
what's
sure
the
for our
deal?
listeners they understood what you
National
meant.
French Fry. They call it Friday, but it's on a Wednesday. What's up with that?
Thank you.
So they say
That's your Seinfeld?
is that bad?
That was
No,
pretty
it's
good.
Pretty good.
So if you sign their petition, you will get a digital coupon so that you can get a free medium order of their fries. Their fries are pretty good. Are they my favorite? No. Are they the only thing that's good about Checkers and Rallies? Probably.
Well, the Burger King free chicken fries for perk members with every $3 purchase.
Oh.
All right. Well, thanks
Get out
for
of
being
here,
so
Burger
generous,
King.
Burger King.
Those aren't even actual fries. How about Hardee's? This is good. Hardee's, and I assume Carl's Jr. also in on this, that if you have the Arby's app and you're a rewards member, which
the Hardee's app?
what did I say?
Arby's.
Hardee's. If you get the Hardee's, let's just go with Carl's Jr. You get the Carl's Jr. app, you're a rewards member, and you make a purchase in the app that includes fries on Friday, today, National French Friday. Then you will get a free small French fry, and then also you'll be able to get that on your account. You could get a free small fry with purchase every day from July 14th through December 31st.
Might be pretty
Now
good.
that's a good
lot
one.
of free fries.
That's a
That'd be
lot.
good.
That's
a lot of free fries. Also, really quickly, let's see. McDonald's is offering a free order of large fries in their app.
They offer that every single
Yeah,
day.
they
If
pretty
you were
much do,
wondering,
right?
every day if you have that app, you can get the free large fry.
Wait, McDonald's is saying you weren't supposed to notice that. All right.
What a
Stop
special day for
noticing.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Thank you for your generosity.
You know what, though? It doesn't mean we aren't redeeming it,
You
right?
know what? Yeah, every time I go, I get a free large fry. I'll get one today, too,
You're
if I go.
losing money if you don't. Wendy's also exact same thing. Free fries this week, and they pretty much always have that if you order in the app. And we talked about Penn Station yesterday. Really good fries. And they're offering free fries with purchase today.
Well, guys, what's your favorite ones? All right. So if you could text in at 877-2-RADIO-U, because if that means we talk about French fries all morning during the show, then that's just what we have
That's
to do.
just what we're going to have to do, and we might get
Okay.
some, too, hopefully.
All right. You know what? Let's talk let's talk favorite French fries coming up next. Let's
Okay.
give everybody a minute to digest.
This is Radio U's worst of the riot.
But first, it's National French Fry Day, so we're doing the battle of the fries.
And that led to us talking about Isaiah's birthday lunch tomorrow. And they have fries where he's picked. So
Not the best.
They're not that great.
I know.
You would never go there.
They're
for
filler
that.
fries, but even some of the worst fries, at least if you've got a good sauce to go with them, then they're basically like an edible plate.
That's
for
true.
the fry
That
for the
is true.
sauce, and that's the case is tomorrow. So you guys, you got You got your favorite fries all picked out in your mind that you're ready to go with?
I think so, Isaiah.
I've
Almost
got a list.
birthday boy, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a list here of favorite fries. So going 5 to 1.
That's how many you picked?
I picked 5. I had to pick 5. You guys don't have 5? What do you have? Just 1?
Yes, one.
You have 1?
Let me hear your
I
5.
haven't
Okay.
really thought it through that much, but go ahead.
5 to 1. Chick-fil-A comes at number 5. The waffle fry.
Good choice.
You can't say that you don't have 5 and then start judging my 5.
Okay, I'll come
You
up
haven't
with
even
5.
got to your 5th
I'll come
yet.
up with 5. Hold on.
Then at number 4, this one could be a little bit questioned for fast food places. This is Arby's, the curly fry. One of my favorite
I love
fries.
the curly fry.
But sit at number 4. Number 3, Rally's above Arby's. I prefer Rally's fries.
Definitely good.
Number 2, Five Guys.
Oh, you don't feel like sometimes they're too much spice on it and they're too expensive?
Well, they're obviously too expensive, but they are darn good.
But they always give you so much.
You get
though.
so
I know
many.
they charge you so much, but you also get a lot of
They're
bang for
so
your
salty
buck.
too. They're
Yeah.
so good, and like that's like for me, the number 2 and number 1 are like either way
So
you could go.
close.
My number 1 is Penn Station, which
Wow.
a little bit underrated, I know, but if you go there, their fries are so good.
They're fire. They are fire.
I thought they only
fries.
did subs, but they do fries. for
no,
those
Oh,
their
are
they've
fries
got-
are
they've got
good.
fries in there.
Yeah, they
Sounds
are. You got to
good.
try it, Nikki. You got to go for the fries. Do I have 5 fries yet? No.
Do you, now,
I need
you know
one
what?
more.
He's like, I'm running out.
need
Maybe
one
Chick-fil-A
more.
is in the top 5. I don't
There's
know.
no chance Chick-fil-A is in the top 5.
Now you could just give a couple, and then after the Battle of the Buzz, we're welcome to come back
Come
and
back.
Circle back. You're like,
reintroduce
actually,
us.
number 5 is.
I will get. How about this? I'll give my Mount Rushmore of fries.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've got 5 Guys on there. I love that you can do either the Cajun fries, which are so good, or you can just go with the standard, but then I'll vinegar them, and they actually have vinegar. That's something huge.
Oh, I love the vinegar.
Love the vinegar. So 5 Guys is a great choice. Popeyes, really good fries.
Of course you would. You love
Definitely-
Popeyes, you had to
Popeyes.
throw that in
They're
there.
a unique one though. They're similar to the Checkers or Rallies, where they have like they've got a coating to it, almost like a. It feels like they're battered. I don't know if they are, but that's good. And also really good sauces. McDonald's. How can you have a list of best fries without McDonald's?
I
You
know.
put McDonald's fries in
You
there?
have to.
Mc-
You think
McDonald's fries are
McDonald's
so
fries
good.
are better than Chick-fil-A's fries?
Every day of the week
You're
and twice on
crazy.
Sunday.
You don't even know if they're going to be cooked when you get them. I swear, those things come out soggy. You can swing it around like a little umbrella.
I like when I can.
First off, what's going on when you go to McDonald's?
I'm telling you, half the time I get McDonald's
Wait.
fries, they're just not even cooked.
What's going on when you have an umbrella?
Yeah, I was looking
What
for
are you,
something.
Fred Astaire? What's going on?
and listen,
then,
if it means it's faster, they don't have to cook them all the way.
Yeah.
Just give them
You're
to
right.
me.
I will put Arby's in. Again, the curly fries. Don't even come at me with those. The
crinkle
crinkle.
ones?
Oh, get those out of
Why
my
Not
face.
even close.
Get those away.
They're
from me.
okay, but they're not to this level.
And then number 5, I'll also put Penn Station. I'm sure I can come up with better ones. I just had to find 5 to keep Chick-fil-A out because they're
You
fine.
had-
But
you had to
Chick-fil-A,
hurry.
if you go to Chick-fil-A and they say, "Sorry, sir, we're all out of sauce. Every sauce we have none," you're not getting the Chick-fil-A fries. So I'm walking out of there. So that is why I cannot have their fries are fine, but only because they're buoyed by the sauce. that
That's
they
just a
have.
part of the experience there, you know? You know the sauce is going to be there.
We're
McDonald's, on
not
the other
doing a
hand, yet
ranking
again,
of
bad one.
sauces, though.
Did you really just say buoyed?
Yeah, I
They
did.
hold them up.
That's exactly right. But Nikki, you got to give us one.
Well,
At least one.
You got to give us your top one.
I was thinking, does anybody else like the Red Robin steak fries?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think I like those. They're not the top, but I was trying to find something outside of the fast food world.
Yeah. What else is good at some sit-down restaurants have pretty good options.
I have really good fries.
Off the top, I don't know.
How about we do the Battle of the Buzz? And then, like I said, just guys keep thinking
we
about
can have
it.
an
This is
additional fry
important.
discussion.
Top 25 fries. The whole morning, every break, we're doing fries.
I'm gonna need to work through that, but
Hey,
okay. Challenge accepted.
It's summertime. What do you want?
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
We have a new report published by the CDC. That doesn't sound good. They actually published this back in June, although it's data that was collected from 2013 and 2014. They found that about 80% of people have weed killer in our urine.
What and why? Where?
Weed killer?
Where? Why?
You know, like Roundup
yeah.
in your urine?
Are we drinking it? Is that a problem?
How does it even get in your body?
Are we?
I don't know if we're drinking it, if we're
Is it in the water?
On our food somehow? Maybe the 20% of people that don't have it in their urine, or the 20% of people that don't eat, vegetables.
Yeah, or I stay inside more. Maybe that
could be
saving me.
I don't know, but I like how you just assume you're part of the 20% that doesn't have weed killer.
I'm not testing it. I don't want to find out. I am not going to take that test.
But is that concerning? I mean, if 80% of people have it in our urine and we're all seem to be generally fine, what's the big deal?
First,
that's what Bayer is saying. They're the owners of Roundup, and they say, "What's the big deal? Everybody's fine.
Everybody has it, so we all should be good, right?"
That's famous last words there. I guess there's been a ton of lawsuits by thousands of people who say it could cause cancer, even though health agencies are divided onto if that's actually possible or not.
Yeah,
it must be the food. It must be on something or water.
I don't know if it is. I don't think it's the food.
What do you think it's on?
Because I know someone who does have weed killer in their urine for 100% fact.
Okay.
And that's my dog, Jim. Because every time he goes outside, he is killing. He is killing my grass like I've never seen a dog do.
In this study.
He should be included because he's got to be about 99% Roundup in there.
And he doesn't eat urine. He doesn't eat vegetables,
He doesn't eat any human food. I'm telling you, it's got to be the water in my house. It has to be the water. I don't think it's the food.
I guess the runoff, once it gets into the water,
Something,
and then
I don't
the
know.
water doesn't get filtered out. See, I was going to ask if this is why you do what you do.
Why pee outside? I'm trying to kill the weeds?
I thought, it's killing two birds with one stone.
I guess that does make sense.
It calls to you.
Yeah.
Because of
Mine's pretty much for entertainment purposes only.
You should use that excuse if you ever get pulled, because you do this on the side of the road, on the highway sometimes. You could just tell the police, look, I saw a big weed here. I was trying to help out.
I'm actually trying to help out like the highway a little bit, clean things up around here.
I know there's staffing shortages and stuff. Budgets are being cut. Whatever.
I've just been driving around doing it all day, actually.
It's the least you can do. They say that there's something in the Roundup, like weed killer stuff. And the company says, hey, the CDC report that the amount of the glyphosate is well below the established safety thresholds. So they say it's really not a risk to human health, but others would say, wait a minute.
Yeah, I just, it feels like a bad position to be in, to be like, well, you can't prove that it causes cancer. It might. People get cancer, but you can't trace it back.
Is that item in something else as well? Like, we just think of the weed killer, but like, what if this particular item is also an ingredient in something else?
Yeah, I sure would hope not, but it does have to raise concerns because it is like it is glyphosate, which is basically Roundup. That's like the compound without the branding behind it. But it is funny to see that the company that owns Roundup, if you didn't know, is Bayer, which also makes, like aspirin and stuff like that.
They
make
covered.
a million things. So what if it's just in the same what do you call it? The same factory.
Could be.
They're making the weed killer and the aspirin in the same place.
So they say that it is always usually the item of choice used on modified crops like corn and soybeans. So they spray more, like farmers, 200 million pounds of this Roundup on their fields. It's the main one that's used. So if it's coming from anywhere, I still say it's the food or Jim, Isaiah's dog.
Yeah, it could be him infecting all of us. I am reading here too, so since they do like spray Roundup on stuff, it says like if you search what has like glyphosate on it, there's like almonds, apples, apricots, asparagus, canola, cherries, corn, cotton, everything that we consume.
Yeah,
essentially.
Cotton, so your clothes.
Everything you've got.
What do you mean you're not eating cotton?
But you know what though? If 80% of people have it, they got a good argument. 80% of people don't have cancer. So
no, there's not enough time that's passed to find out the problem.
It's been like 10 years.
No, that's not enough time. Your body's like manipulating it and moving it around, and it hasn't come out yet.
It's building up an immunity. It's fine.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
That in the Netherlands,
yeah,
they are one of the first countries. They just passed in their parliament a right to work from home.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are we suddenly Dutch?
Now we're talking.
You want to move the station to Holland?
Yeah.
And start. Will it work if we move it to Holland, Michigan? It's a little less of a pickup. But
I think it just depends on how strong you want to be about where you're coming from and how people need to acknowledge that.
Yeah. So now they do say this still has to go through the Dutch Senate. but it's been passed in Parliament where really your employer, they have to honor your request. They have to at least consider the idea that you can work from home. Obviously, if your job allows for it. I don't think you couldn't be a grocery store cashier and be like, it's the right to work from home. I can do it from home. But if you're an office worker or something like that, evidently they have to give you the time of day to make your case at least. I don't know exactly the specifics of it. But I like the idea that if there's certain jobs that there's really no good reason why they have to be done in an office, why shouldn't you be able to do them from home? You got a computer there too.
I think it depends on the person. Some people like to go into an office and work, and some people never want to go in an office and work. So everybody's different.
Yeah, I think at the same time too, like depending on what the job is going to depend on if you're able to like do it or not. But I'm also one of the people, like, if I can do it from home, I want to do it from home. Like, I feel like there's a lot of times in your job when you do things that are unnecessary, like come into work. If you can do it from home, do it from home.
But like us, I mean, we can do it from home.
We can.
But really, we need to come into work.
It's not as good.
It's not as optimal.
Sometimes the quality will suffer, and so I think that's the balance that a lot of people are going to find is you, like, let's say you want to exercise the right to work from home. So you go to your employer like, yeah, I want to work from home, and they might have to or feel obligated to or whatever. Like they say, yes, you can do your work from home, but if your work from home is not as efficient maybe as somebody coming in,
then it might not work.
They're not going to fire you because you're working from home, but in a way they're firing you or you're missing out on promotion and stuff because you're working from home because you're not. It's just not the same, and you might not. I mean, But then some people, I think a lot of people would be more efficient working from home. It's really a case by case thing.
Well, listen to the wording. I think that's where it gets sticky for people. So if this all works, and then per the law, employers will have to consider employees' request to work. They don't have to honor it.
Yeah.
They just have to consider it as long as their profession allows it. It's not making the employer have to agree with your request. They just have to look at it.
And how can they prove they considered it? Like, so in the end, what does it actually even mean?
I thought about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Your request, Johnny, I am denying, but just so you know, I did think about it for a while.
I did think about it.
For legal purposes, I considered it.
Almost went that way, decided not to, maybe next year.
You think you then have to I gave it 7 days of waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
And then said no to it. Or maybe you get a yes, but they have to consider your proposal.
Yeah, that's I'm hopeful. I think it should be an option at least. So I guess I understand the idea that they shouldn't have to force you to work from the office just because they feel like it. They should have a good either way, you should probably have a good reason. You know what I mean? I think that's a fair way to do it.
Do we have good reasons?
But who's to say what's a good reason?
I don't know if we have that.
My good reason is I don't want to wear shoes and pants. Is that a good reason?
Well, that'll keep you home. Okay.
Let the courts decide.
We'll let the courts decide.
Yes, you may stay home if you're going to do that here in the workplace.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.